The streets of 1,920 seconds. New York pulsed with energy, alive with the sounds of clattering horse-drawn wagons, rumbling trolleys, and the bustling chatter of locals and immigrants alike. Aromas from countless food carts and market stalls filled the air, blending into a vibrant sensory tapestry. Families from Italy, Germany, Ireland, and Eastern Europe brought rich culinary traditions, infusing the city with a remarkable diversity of flavors that defined urban life. Street foods were more than mere sustenance. For workers, school children, and wandering travelers, they offered convenience, nourishment, and a taste of home. Vendors crafted dishes that were portable, affordable, and deeply flavorful, blending old-world recipes with the demands of city life. From simple pretzels to indulgent pastries, roasted nuts to creamy ice creams, each street food told a story of resilience, adaptation, and culture. In this journey, we will explore 25 street foods that energized, delighted, and connected the people of 1,920 seconds New York. Each one reflects the heart of the city's culinary landscape, revealing how food can carry memory, identity, and community. 1. Hot dogs. Hot dogs were arguably the most iconic street food in 1,920 seconds, New York. German and Jewish immigrants popularized this humble, portable snack, selling them from pushcarts stationed near factories, ferry terminals, and bustling intersections. The Frankfurter, typically a combination of beef and pork, was served in a soft bun and often garnished with mustard, onions, or sauerkraut. Its appeal lay in its simplicity and accessibility. An affordable meal for working-class families or a quick snack for children on the go. Vendors became masters of efficiency, grilling sausages over portable stoves and calling out to attract crowds. Some even experimented with toppings, adding pickled cucumbers, peppers, or spicy sauces to create unique flavors. Eating a hot dog on a street corner became more than a necessity. It was a social ritual, a moment to pause, connect with neighbors, and observe the bustling city around you. Hot dogs embodied practicality, flavor, and the ingenuity of immigrant entrepreneurs striving to sustain their families in a new land. 2. Soft pretzels. Soft pretzels, twisted into their signature knots and sprinkled with coarse salt, were a quintessential New York street food. Introduced by German immigrants, these doughy snacks quickly became beloved across diverse neighborhoods. Vendors sold them warm, often in paper bags, making them convenient for children heading to school and adults seeking a quick, savory treat. Pretzels were versatile. Some were paired with mustard, while inventive vendors experimented with sweet variations dusted in cinnamon sugar or filled with cheese. Beyond taste, pretzels were a symbol of craftsmanship and cultural blending. The streets of New York became a stage for this simple but satisfying food, bringing together residents from different backgrounds through a shared culinary experience. The aroma of freshly baked pretzels filled the air, drawing crowds to carts and storefronts, offering comfort and continuity in an ever-changing urban landscape. 3. Roasted chestnuts. As winter descended on New York, the streets were perfumed with the sweet, nutty aroma of roasted chestnuts. Vendors, often positioned near train stations, markets, and crowded intersections, roasted chestnuts over open pans or small fires, filling the air with warmth that drew passers-by. Sold in paper cones, chestnuts were portable, affordable, and satisfying, a modest indulgence for children and adults alike. For many immigrants, roasted chestnuts evoked memories of European winters and holiday traditions left behind. The process of roasting required patience and skill, ensuring that each nut was tender inside and lightly caramelized on the exterior. The simple snack offered nourishment against the cold and a sense of connection to familiar flavors from home. In the chaos of city streets, a handful of roasted chestnuts became more than food. It was a ritual, a comforting pause, and a reminder of resilience, ingenuity, and cultural continuity in 1,920 seconds, New York. 4. Pickles. Pickles were a staple of street snacking in 1,920 seconds, New York. offering a tangy, refreshing contrast to heavier foods. Vendors carried jars brimming with cucumbers, sauerkraut, and other brined vegetables, calling to passers-by who craved quick, portable, and affordable treats. Pickles were especially popular among school children and working adults, who valued their convenience and distinctive flavor. Beyond taste, pickles reflected practical ingenuity. With refrigeration limited, brining provided a method to preserve vegetables for extended periods. Vendors often added regional touches, infusing spices, garlic, or dill, creating flavors that reflected Eastern European, German, and Jewish culinary heritage. A simple pickle was more than a snack. It symbolized resourcefulness, cultural pride, and adaptability. Eating pickles on crowded streets connected immigrants to traditions from home, while offering a crisp, tangy refreshment that energized New Yorkers navigating long workdays or bustling neighborhoods. 5. Knishes. Knishes, pastries filled with mashed potatoes, meat, kasha, or vegetables, were staples of Jewish immigrant cuisine. Sold from pushcarts and small shops, they were baked or fried to golden perfection, offering warmth, portability, and hearty satisfaction. Workers, school children, and shoppers all relied on knishes as a convenient meal on the go. Knishes embodied cultural memory and adaptation. Each bite connected immigrants to family recipes and traditions from Europe while integrating into the bustling urban fabric. Vendors tailored fillings to suit local tastes and budgets, creating a dynamic fusion of old-world flavor and practical necessity. The knish's popularity demonstrated how street foods could preserve heritage, nourish communities, and sustain livelihoods. It was more than sustenance. It was a bridge between home and city, comfort and commerce, tradition and innovation. 6. Salted peanuts. Salted peanuts were a ubiquitous presence on the streets of 1922nd, New York, appealing to children, workers, and shoppers alike. Vendors sold them from pushcarts, baskets, and small stands, often roasting them on-site to fill the streets with their rich, nutty aroma. Affordable, portable, and easy to eat, peanuts became a staple snack for all walks of life, offering a quick burst of energy during busy days. Many vendors experimented with flavor, adding slight sweetness or spices, or mixing peanuts with other nuts to attract more customers. The simple yet satisfying crunch and saltiness provided both comfort and practicality, making peanuts an ideal snack for schoolchildren rushing to class, laborers on break, or shoppers navigating crowded avenues. For immigrant families, peanuts symbolized resourcefulness. Inexpensive ingredients could become popular and enjoyable treats. Street sellers' creativity transformed a humble nut into a small luxury, an accessible indulgence that reflected both tradition and innovation. Eating salted peanuts offered a sensory experience, a crunchy, salty delight that also spoke to the ingenuity and entrepreneurial spirit of 1922nd New York street culture. 7. Ice cream cones. Ice cream cones were a coveted street treat, often sold from pushcarts by Italian and Jewish vendors. Churned in small batches, flavors ranged from classic vanilla and chocolate to seasonal fruits, sometimes layered with sprinkles or creative combinations. Children eagerly clutched cones, while adults enjoyed a moment of cool indulgence amid the summer heat. The portability of ice cream cones made them ideal for busy city life. Vendors competed to attract attention, displaying colorful cones and offering inventive flavors. Beyond taste, ice cream cones represented a shared experience, creating social interactions and moments of delight for families and neighbors alike. The treat embodied both the adaptability of street vendors and the joy of accessible indulgence, highlighting how even simple desserts could foster community and cultural exchange in 1922nd New York. 8. Apple cider donuts. Apple cider donuts were a quintessential seasonal treat in 1922nd New York, filling streets with the enticing aroma of cinnamon, nutmeg, and freshly fried dough. Sold by vendors during autumn, these donuts were lightly dusted with sugar and sometimes spiced with cloves, allspice, or other secret ingredients, offering a warm and comforting snack. Perfectly portable, they were enjoyed by children returning from school, families taking leisurely walks, and laborers seeking a quick indulgence during work breaks. The donuts not only satisfied hunger but evoked nostalgia, connecting immigrant families to European autumn traditions while adapting to urban life. Vendors prided themselves on secret recipes and careful preparation, ensuring that their offerings stood out in the competitive street food scene. Beyond taste, apple cider donuts fostered social interaction, gathering people at carts and creating small moments of shared enjoyment. Each bite demonstrated creativity, resourcefulness, and cultural continuity, blending old-world flavors with the practicality required for a bustling city. These donuts exemplified how simple ingredients, flour, apples, sugar, and spices could transform into a highly desired, memorable experience, offering comfort, warmth, and connection amid the fast-paced streets of 1922nd New York. 9. Fresh fruit cups. Fresh fruit cups provided a colorful and nutritious option on the busy streets of 1922nd New York. Apples, oranges, grapes, and seasonal berries were carefully arranged in portable cups or baskets, carried by vendors weaving through crowded avenues. Sweet, refreshing, and naturally energizing, these fruit cups were popular with children, laborers, and shoppers alike, offering a wholesome alternative to heavier or fried street foods. Vendors sometimes enhanced the fruit with a light sprinkle of sugar or a splash of lemon juice, creating a subtly elevated flavor. The vibrant displays evoked memories of European markets, allowing immigrant families to maintain a connection to their homelands while adapting to city life. Beyond nourishment, fruit cups reflected practicality, creativity, and the ability to attract customers with appealing visuals. They encouraged social interaction, as neighbors and friends paused to sample seasonal offerings while walking through bustling neighborhoods. Fresh fruit provided a quick energy boost and a moment of enjoyment, demonstrating how simple, natural foods played a vital role in New York's street food culture, blending tradition with accessibility and everyday delight. 10. Egg creams. Egg creams, a signature beverage of 1922nd New York, were a fizzy, frothy treat made with milk, chocolate syrup, and soda water. Despite their misleading name, they contained neither egg nor cream. Served from corner soda fountains and pushcarts, they were a favorite among children and adults alike, offering refreshment during hot days or brief work breaks. For Jewish immigrant communities, egg creams represented ingenuity, resourcefulness, and a local culinary innovation. Vendors perfected the balance of ingredients, creating a creamy, fizzy beverage that delighted customers and became a social ritual in neighborhoods. Sharing a glass of egg cream became a moment of connection, bringing together friends, families, and neighbors. Beyond taste, these drinks reflected adaptation, creativity, and cultural blending, capturing the essence of 1922nd New York street life. Egg creams demonstrated how a simple combination of milk, syrup, and soda water could provide comfort, refreshment, and a sense of community, offering a sensory experience that was both familiar and exciting. In this way, egg creams were more than just a beverage. They were a symbol of innovation and communal enjoyment in the city's vibrant urban streets.
11. Cabbage and sausage rolls. Cabbage and sausage rolls were a hearty street snack, widely sold by Eastern European immigrants. Tender sausage was wrapped in boiled cabbage leaves, seasoned with herbs, and either baked or steamed. These rolls offered warmth, flavor, and portability, a satisfying alternative for busy workers or children heading to school. The combination of soft cabbage and savory sausage made the rolls both filling and practical, catering to the bustling life of 1922nd New Yorkers. Many vendors prepared them in advance, ensuring a steady supply throughout the day. For immigrant families, these rolls were a comforting taste of home, connecting them to culinary traditions from countries like Poland, Russia, and Hungary. Eating cabbage and sausage rolls on the street was more than nourishment. It was a cultural experience. The aroma of herbs, the texture of fresh cabbage, and the seasoned sausage together created a street food delight that resonated with both nostalgia and the energetic pace of urban life. 12. Fruit pies. Miniature fruit pies were a sweet indulgence for New Yorkers of all ages. Filled with apples, cherries, or seasonal berries, these small pastries were baked to golden perfection and sold by street vendors in tins or baskets. Portable and convenient, fruit pies became a favorite for children, workers, and shoppers alike. The pies were often homemade by immigrant families, blending practicality with tradition. The flaky crust encased sweet, slightly tart fillings, offering both comfort and delight. Fruit pies also symbolized entrepreneurial spirit. Families could earn extra income while preserving culinary heritage. As people walked through crowded streets, the aroma of baked fruit created an irresistible invitation. Each bite evoked memories of home and family kitchens, transforming a simple snack into a moment of indulgence. Fruit pies highlighted how street food was not merely sustenance, but also a cultural bridge, preserving identity while nourishing a bustling city. 13. Meat pies. Savory meat pies were another popular street offering, often filled with beef, chicken, or pork, combined with vegetables and spices. Encased in a golden crust, they were portable, filling, and ideal for eating on the go. Vendors kept the pies warm in carts, making them perfect for workers seeking a hearty lunch or children craving a savory snack. Meat pies reflected the ingenuity of street food culture. Inexpensive ingredients were transformed into satisfying meals, while families sometimes baked them at home to sell for extra income. These pies carried cultural significance as well, representing culinary traditions from European homelands adapted to urban life. The flavors, textures, and aromas offered comfort and nourishment, connecting immigrants to both heritage and survival in a new world. Meat pies were more than food. They were an embodiment of resilience, creativity, and communal identity in the bustling streets of 1,920 New York. If you're enjoying this journey through 1,920 New York street foods, take a moment to smash that like button and subscribe for more fascinating stories that bring America's past vividly to life. 14. Clam chowder in bread bowls. In coastal neighborhoods, clam chowder became a sought-after street dish. Served in hollowed-out bread bowls, the creamy soup, enriched with clams, potatoes, and herbs, offered warmth and nutrition. The edible bread bowl provided practicality, allowing the chowder to be eaten on the go without utensils. Vendors prepared large kettles of chowder, serving fresh portions to workers, shoppers, and children navigating busy streets. This dish reflected the adaptation of local seafood to immigrant street food traditions, combining familiar cooking methods with accessible ingredients. The creamy, hearty chowder was especially comforting on chilly mornings, offering sustenance and flavor in equal measure. Beyond taste, clam chowder symbolized cultural fusion, practicality, and the ingenuity of New York street vendors. It reminded people that street food could be both nourishing and sophisticated, a culinary experience that transcended mere convenience. 15. Roasted corn on the cob. Roasted corn on the cob was a simple yet beloved street food, particularly popular during summer and early fall. Vendors roasted ears over charcoal, often brushing them with butter and sprinkling salt for extra flavor. The sweet, smoky kernels provided energy and enjoyment, perfect for children walking home from school or adults navigating their busy workday. Corn's simplicity was its charm. Affordable, easy to carry, and satisfying, it appealed to a wide audience. For immigrant families, roasted corn connected urban life with agricultural traditions from their homelands. Vendors expertly rotated ears over flames to ensure even roasting, creating an irresistible aroma that drew passers-by. Eating roasted corn became a sensory experience, combining the warmth of the fire, the sweet taste of kernels, and the communal energy of the streets. It was a reminder that even humble ingredients could become memorable urban delicacies. 16. Soft ice cream cones. Soft ice cream cones were an emerging favorite in 1920 New York, especially during warm months. Vendors served creamy swirls in crisp sugar cones, creating a portable indulgence for children and adults alike. These treats offered a brief respite from summer heat, while adding a moment of joy to busy city life. Prepared in small batches, soft ice cream represented both innovation and accessibility. Vendors experimented with flavors and toppings, making each cone visually enticing. Sharing a soft ice cream cone became a social ritual, connecting neighbors and children through a shared delight. Beyond taste, soft cones symbolized the adaptability of street food culture, taking an imported dessert, making it portable, and offering it at an affordable price. Each bite reflected creativity, craftsmanship, and the joyous energy of urban New York. 17. Candied nuts. Candied nuts were a crunchy, sweet complement to the savory offerings of the streets. Almonds, peanuts, and walnuts were roasted and coated in sugar or caramel, then sold in paper cones. Vendors often sold them in high-traffic areas, filling the air with the irresistible scent of caramelized sugar. These treats offered energy, indulgence, and portability. Children savored them on their way home from school, while adults enjoyed a quick, sweet snack between work tasks. Candied nuts symbolized the ingenuity of vendors, who could transform inexpensive ingredients into high-demand delights. For immigrant families, selling candied nuts provided income and preserved culinary traditions. The combination of texture, aroma, and sweetness made them a sensory experience, reinforcing the vibrant culture of street food that thrived in 1920 New York. 18. Lemonade. Refreshing lemonade was a staple during hot New York summers. Vendors squeezed fresh lemons, added sugar and water, and served it over ice, providing a tart, sweet reprieve from the heat. Cups of lemonade became a portable refreshment, enjoyed by children, workers, and shoppers navigating crowded streets. Lemonade stands also became social hubs, where neighbors gathered and children lingered, chatting and playing while sipping the tangy beverage. For vendors, lemonade offered simplicity, profitability, and widespread appeal. The bright flavor invigorated passers-by and provided energy for long days, embodying the practical ingenuity that defined street food culture. Beyond its taste, lemonade represented refreshment, community, and entrepreneurship, delivering a small joy and moment of connection in the bustling urban environment of 1920 New York. 19. Knackwurst and sauerkraut sandwiches. Knackwurst sausages, paired with tangy sauerkraut, were a filling and flavorful street food favorite, especially in German immigrant neighborhoods. Served on soft rolls, these sandwiches combined savory and acidic flavors, satisfying hunger while offering portability for busy workers and schoolchildren. Vendors grilled sausages to perfection, topped them with generous portions of sauerkraut, and sometimes added mustard or onions. The sandwiches exemplified old-world culinary traditions adapted to urban convenience. Affordable yet hearty, they became a reliable meal for many families. Beyond nourishment, knackwurst and sauerkraut sandwiches symbolized cultural preservation and culinary creativity. Eating one was not only practical but also a connection to immigrant heritage, a celebration of flavor, and a reminder that street food could be hearty, satisfying, and deeply rooted in tradition. 20. Popcorn. Popcorn was a staple of affordable street snacks, loved by both children and adults. Vendors used large tins or portable carts to roast kernels in hot oil, producing a light, airy treat that was easy to carry and enjoy while walking. The irresistible aroma of freshly popped corn drew crowds, especially in busy market districts and near entertainment venues. Popcorn provided a convenient, inexpensive source of energy and entertainment, as children eagerly munched on it while exploring city streets. For immigrant vendors, popcorn represented both a reliable income and an opportunity to create a simple, beloved snack that required minimal preparation. The snack's texture, warmth, and scent contributed to its charm, making it a quintessential symbol of urban ingenuity, nostalgia, and culinary delight.
21. Soft pretzel dogs. Soft pretzel dogs were an inventive fusion of pretzels and hot dogs. Vendors wrapped sausages in soft pretzel dough, baked them until golden, and sometimes added coarse salt for flavor. These treats offered a hearty, portable snack with layers of texture and taste. Children and adults flocked to try the combination of chewy pretzel and savory sausage. The creation exemplified culinary experimentation and the blending of immigrant traditions with urban needs. It showcased how vendors continuously adapted, innovated, and captivated customers. Beyond taste, soft pretzel dogs symbolized creativity, practicality, and the joy of street food culture. Eating one was an experience that combined familiarity with novelty, leaving a lasting impression on those who strolled through New York's bustling avenues. 22. Egg creams, advanced variations. By the mid-1920s, egg creams had evolved with slight variations. Some vendors experimented with flavored syrups beyond chocolate, adding vanilla or strawberry for a playful twist. While retaining the frothy texture and refreshing appeal, these variations catered to children eager for novelty and adults seeking a brief indulgence. Egg creams represented the ingenuity of urban street vendors, turning a simple mixture of milk, syrup, and soda water into a product both comforting and exciting. Shared among friends, families, or neighbors, egg creams became a social experience, offering moments of connection amidst the city's chaos. They symbolized creativity, adaptation, and the ability of street food to foster community, highlighting how tradition could evolve while preserving cultural roots. 23. Roasted chestnuts, special winter edition. During peak winter months, roasted chestnuts gained special popularity. Vendors would often toast them with added sugar or spices, producing a slightly caramelized, fragrant snack. These treats provided warmth, nourishment, and nostalgia. Children, workers, and the elderly alike enjoyed the comforting nutty flavor, which recalled European traditions. Chestnut vendors often became landmarks, with regular customers seeking both the snack and a moment of familiarity. The preparation and presentation required skill, as too much heat could ruin the nuts. Each roasted chestnut represented the enduring presence of immigrant culture, blending tradition with practicality, and creating an experience that was sensory, communal, and deeply tied to the rhythms of 1920s New York. 24. Fried dough. Fried dough was one of the most comforting street treats of 1920s New York, beloved by both children and adults. Immigrant vendors, particularly Italian and Irish, transformed simple dough into golden rounds or strips, frying them until crisp on the outside and soft within. A dusting of sugar or a drizzle of syrup made each bite warm, sweet, and irresistible. For many, fried dough was a small luxury amid the city's bustle, offering energy and comfort for just a few cents. Each vendor had a unique recipe, often passed down through generations. More than just food, it was a shared joy, a reminder that even the simplest ingredients could bring warmth, happiness, and connection. 25. Fried clams. Fried clams were a beloved street snack along New York's bustling waterfronts in the 1920s. Vendors near piers and ferry docks served them fresh from sizzling pans, tender clams coated in a light batter, fried until golden and crisp. The aroma drew dockworkers, sailors, and passers-by looking for something warm and flavorful. Served in small paper trays, fried clams offered a taste of the sea right in the heart of the city. They captured the spirit of coastal life, combining local ingredients with street-side ingenuity. Each bite was salty, crunchy, and comforting, a simple yet unforgettable reminder of how New Yorkers turned the ordinary into something truly special. These 25 street foods of 1920s New York capture more than taste. They reflect the ingenuity, resilience, and cultural richness of a city alive with immigrants, workers, and dreamers. From simple snacks like popcorn and roasted corn to indulgent delights like fried dough and soft ice cream, every dish tells a story of survival, creativity, and community. Street vendors shaped neighborhoods, offering portable, affordable, and flavorful foods that nourished body, spirit, and memory. These foods became symbols of tradition, adaptation, and shared experience in a city where cultures converged and evolved. Each bite carried history, identity, and connection, a small edible bridge between past and present. If you found this exploration of New York's 1920s street foods fascinating, smash the like button, subscribe. Join us as we continue uncovering the stories, flavors, and moments that shaped America.